Hey, you're watching Tone Deaf. I'm Dylan, and I'm sitting here with Vincent and Andy from Midnight Juggernauts. How you going, guys?
Pretty good.
Good, thanks.
Good. So you guys have sort of just gotten back, right, from a massive overseas trip, sort of in Europe and South America. How was that?
It was amazing. We went to South America for a week or so, and then we were in Europe for a month. So it was good to be in summer, escaping winter in Melbourne.
Yeah, look outside.
Although it
This
is
is
pretty
what you come
amazing
home
looking
to.
outside right now. But yeah, it was great. I guess we went off the road for quite a while before finishing this record. So getting back into touring was, at first, I think we were wondering if we knew how to do it anymore. But once we got into it, it was pretty seamless, remembering how to play our instruments again and everything. But it was great going back to Europe. I mean, we've toured there quite a few times over the years now, so it's good going back to places where you have friends in every city, and
Yeah.
it was good.
It's good. And you've been back in Australia, just over a month now? Doing some tour. You've kicked off the national tour. How's that been so far?
Yeah, it's been good. I guess we're 3 or 4 shows into our national tour, which has so far been going well.
Actually, the first show was in Darwin, which was a good introduction to the tour. We flew in, and then and I'd never been to the Northern Territory before, so it felt like we were in a pretty exotic part of the earth. But it was like summertime there, and we saw some sharks, almost saw some crocodiles, but nice place.
Yeah. And do you find the crowds in Australia differ to overseas? Do they react differently to you guys, or?
Not as a general rule. I think it depends where you go. Like some places, like we were just in South America, for instance, and we had some pretty big shows there, and I remember that the crowds are pretty kind of into it in a big way, like a really good vibe. And I guess we haven't really had things thrown at us or anything like that recently.
Although sometimes you'll play somewhere like Japan or Brazil, and then you start talking to the audience and you realize not many people understand English here, so it might be a little while until they get a response. And Japan is interesting because you'll play a show there and people are really polite. So we did Fuji Rock, and then you'll finish the song and everyone is just standing there dancing, and then it finishes and you think, why is there a reaction? It's just because they're really polite. They don't need security or anything because people are there just for the music. So I like that about it.
So no applause after the performance?
There is applause. It's it'll be song finishes and then they stop after 5 seconds just because they're just waiting to politely listen to what the next introduction will be. So they're really well behaved. Excellent parenting.
Yeah. And so you've come back to Australia this time around with a brand new album up your sleeve, Uncanny Valley. How's that been so far?
Yeah, it's been good having new material and starting a new chapter. It's always fun going out and playing shows and then having new tunes in your arsenal. And it's like our third album, so it feels like we're kind of veterans now. We've got a bit of a catalogue to draw from when we're playing shows. So it's a good feeling.
Because the 10 years approaching, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's looming.
The anniversary.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned this recently, and I hadn't really thought about it, but it is the 10th year next year, I think.
Yeah, we've already booked our dinner at Smorgies, so it'll be a special occasion. Actually, one of our first shows ever was across the road at 161.
Oh, yeah,
Which, back in the day, this is before anyone knew who we were, but we'd go there, set up our equipment. It was just the two of us playing, there was a Akai sampler and other toys, and people would just be sitting on the floor, cross-legged. Definitely a different vibe to now, but I have very pleasant memories of those years.
Yeah.
Thursday night at Shake Some Action, I think it was.
And yeah, so as you said, it's been 3 years since your last album. Do you find you guys changing in the time between each release?
It's a very fluid thing. So every time you put out a new album, it's we like them having different personalities and characteristics. So it's just they're all very different children. So just sometimes you like this kid better, sometimes you like that kid better. Time to kick that kid out of home, yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the music quiz, the scary quiz that's been killing off bands every time they come in. So no pressure.
I'll try best.
But we've got some buzzers for you. So if you want to, have your pick. So test them out. There's Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Let's get into the first question.
Yep.
What is the second best-selling album of all time?
Oh, there's a few options here.
I'm gonna take a guess. Is it Thriller?
Oh, hang on.
That's the first.
It is.
Is it an AC/DC record?
It is.
Is it Back in Black?
Indeed, it is. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
1-0. Come on, you gotta get back on this one. Although this might be a specialty. Seal has just released 3 self-titled albums.
Correct.
True or false? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Seal of
How
approval.
did you know that so quick?
I don't know.
Well, it's a 50-50. It's like
50-50.
true. Yeah. Just go
Yeah.
for it. What have you got to lose? What is Jay-Z's real name?
Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think it's the pig buzzer.
Yeah.
That's,
I know.
it's a bit unfair. All right, next question.
Correct. I don't know.
All right, no, I'm disqualifying you from that question. That's
That's unfair.
I've just checked the rules. That's against them. So, who is the youngest Beatle?
Is it Paul? No, it's George Harrison.
Yeah.
I was going to say George.
It is George Harrison.
All right, you get a half point for that.
I'll take
I
a
think.
half point.
Yep. All right. Which band holds the record for winning the most ARIA awards in one night, scooping a massive 10 awards?
There's many options. It could be.
I'd just be guessing.
Okay, I'm going to go in. Savage Garden.
Oh, that is. Are you like?
No,
is
is
this
it?
see through? Like I don't.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
No.
it is. It is.
All right.
That's amazing.
That's
You
actually
should go on like Who
that's
Wants to Be a
impressive.
Millionaire
I
or
was thinking
something.
it's either Powderfinger or Savage Garden, but I remember like Savage Garden they didn't have as much competition, perhaps. What was going on in that
They
area?
actually were a humongous act as well. Kind of makes sense, really.
Yes.
Be ready. Which of these is not the name of a musician's child? A. Apple, B. Northeast, C. Heavenly, or D. Hirani Tiger Lily?
Is he Northeast? Is East in there for the kid of Kanye? Is it just Northwest?
Yeah.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yep, you've got it.
So that's 100% success rate. Is that right? All right.
You have clocked the tone deaf music quiz.
All right. So where's my prize?
Is there a prize?
Do you just get to keep the pig? We'll need it back for next time, but
That's
you can just hold it. All right. Thanks so much for having a chat with me. Good luck with the rest of the touring. Yeah. Awesome. Well done on the
Cheers.
quiz.
Thank you.